Here is a really common problem that you're going to run into if you're working with blend shapes, especially if you're sculpting your blend shapes in an external application like ZBrush. Now watch what happens when I fire these. The face actually gets all jumbled up instead of smiling. And the reason this happens is because the vertex order is messed up. So these meshes match. There's nothing wrong with them, at least not visibly. The problem is the vertex order. It's mismatching between these meshes. What you want to do is select the mesh you want to transfer from, then select the mesh you want to transfer to. So usually you'd want to select the blend shape target as the second mesh so you don't mess up any weights on your skinned head. Now what I'm going to do is go to the modeling menu set, then I'm going to go to mesh and transfer vertex order. This will put us into component mode, and what we want to do is we want to select 3 vertices that are neighbors of each other on one mesh, and then the matching vertices on the other. So the first thing I'm going to do is just select the vertex in the center of this star, then select the vertex below it, then select the vertex right next to that. Next, I'm going to select the same vertices on the matching mesh in the same exact order. So the middle of the star, go down, and to the right. So now that we've done that, our vertex order should match on our right smile shape. So let's go ahead and fire that and make sure it works. And it does. Of course, the left smile is still jumbled up, so let's go ahead and fix that too. So select our source, target, go to mesh, transfer vertex order, then I'm going to select the middle of the star, go down, go to the right, go to the other mesh, center of the star, go down and to the right, and now both of our shapes have a matching vertex order. Okay, so we fixed our 2 smile shapes and it's looking okay. But I have a couple of other shapes to do here as well, and this is a pretty reasonable number, but you might have 100 or 200 shapes if you're dealing with facial rigging. So to deal with this, you could obviously just transfer from the targets to the base head. However, I'm going to show you how to do this with a little script. So what you want to do is open the script editor, and you want to scroll through your history and find the mesh remap command. The mesh remap command is the command that was run behind the scenes while we were using the transfer vertex order tool. And if we take a sec to look at it, you'll notice that it takes the 3 source vertices and then it takes the 3 target vertices that we selected while we were using the tool, and that's how it remaps the vertices. So I'm going to copy this command, and I'm going to go to a Python tab, then I'm going to type orig command equals, and then 2 single quotes, and then in the quotes I'll paste the command. And I'll hit backspace just to remove that extra new line. So now that we have our command, I'm going to go ahead and do our imports. So I'm going to import maya.cmds just to get the regular Maya library. Then I'm also going to import maya.mel because we're going to run a mel command. Next, I'll go to a new line at the bottom, and I want to loop over the selection. So I'm going to type for obj in cmds.ls selection equals true. Then on a new line, I'm going to type new command equals orig command dot replace. Then what I want to do is search for the second object from the original command. So I'll scroll over and find that. It's left smile shape and copy it. And I'm going to paste that in, make sure it's between quotes. Next, I'm going to replace that with obj, which is the object we're looping over from our selection. And then I'm going to run that new command with mel.eval, and then passing in the new command as the argument. Next, I'm going to rearrange these windows so we can see better. I'm going to quickly add the rest of my shapes just by selecting them all and right-click on the blend shape in the shape editor and choose Add Selected as Targets. So now that they're added, let's go ahead and test these out a bit. So I'm going to try this frown shape, and of course it's all jumbled up. So what I'm going to do is just select the first shape here, and in the outliner it says it's the left wide smile shape. I'm going to select all of the text in the script editor and run that by hitting enter on the number pad or control enter. And now let's find that left wide smile. Oops, that's the right wide smile. So that obviously is not working. So we fire the left smile and that's working. So now that we know our script works, let's go ahead and run this on all of our shapes. So I'm going to select all of our shapes. I'm making sure to skip the ones we've already done. And I'm going to run our script again by selecting all of the text and hitting enter on the number pad. And it's going to take a second to run through them all, and it's done. So let's reset these shapes and let's go through them all and check that they all work. Left and right smile, of course, work. The frown works. Wide shape works. Narrow shape still works. Everything works. And so I think that's it for this tutorial. Hope that helps.